Hey up, I'm Vu and welcome back to another episode of RimWorld, Toxic Fallout Edition. We're going to have to deal with this toxic fallout, and as I've said before, I have a few ideas on how we can manage it, but I'll have to keep an eye on people just so we know it's actually working, okay? So originally what I mentioned was that if we have some roofing, it counts as actual proper cover, and people don't get toxic fallout build-up. So what I want to try doing is just roofing just a few more areas and then actually fixing up the restrictions. So something along this line, I think. So expand roof build areas. Now we won't be able to build a roof from here over to here just because of these two turbines are in the way. But I suspect it is fine. Just if we pull this line over here, right down here, which should, well, actually probably in the four way should do the trick. Now, let's take a look at the distance on this. Okay, the distance isn't too far, so I think we can actually just pull a walkway just from that door and up and across. No, actually one higher, we can do that. That should work out well for our colonists, and something like this. Yep, there we go. So we'll have access to these rooms, and we don't have access to this one. I think we'll just pull this one down and across, because it's actually not in the way and it won't interfere with these solar panels, sorry, not the solar panels, turbines. So I think that's what we're going to do there. Over here, I suspect that we're fine. Walking across from here over to here might be a bit of an issue, so what I will do is just add a few extra little roofing spots, like so. And now we'll ignore the corner one. I think it'll be safe if we ignore it, because people shouldn't be standing there 99% of the time. And yet the rest of this should be roofed, so it looks like we'll be fine. That's interesting. What's up over here? I suspect that's probably because there's a mountain above, but I will just check, just to make sure that everything's being covered, and yep, which it appears to be. It's interesting this is green. I'm very sure it was a different colour, slightly different colour last time. Oh well. As you can see, we are perfectly safe and no one is technically outside, so I'll leave that setting there. And the last thing we have to do is just fix up the restrictions. So I need to actually check. Area 1 is designated to be really internal to the base, so maybe we need another area. So new area, area 2, that should be fine. I'm going to close it. So restrict everyone to area 2, which is the toxic fallout version of our restrictions. And obviously have to set it up. Oh, this will take a small little bit of time, but yeah, it should be alright. So I'll see you guys in just a second, because you already know how the layout is officially going to turn. Now I suspect that should all be internal or undercover, so let's just double check what we've marked down. Yep. Hello, I think we can just add a single line up here, bit of a cross patch pattern, just so people don't have to take the long way around. That's assuming, they should take the long way around, but no. So that's fixed up, and just we have to rectify the area 2 once more. It's area 2. Oh. Oh, look at that, we've already actually done the line. There we go, so that's sorted. Restrictions should be set up, yep, and we can finally play. It's certainly taken a little bit of time. We'll, of course, have to just check out people's toxic build-up and keep an eye on it. So in theory, since everyone is now restricted to within, let's speed things up to 3, and since now, because they are undercover, they should in theory shouldn't be building up any more toxic build-up. So what we know is that everyone is pretty much at an initial toxic build-up. If it gets higher, then we know something isn't working. If it's disappearing, then we're good. In theory, that should be what we'll see. Hopefully it is the case that just having roofing is all we need. I suspect we actually have to build roofing in a lot of places, because that's something that's missing. Oh well, we do what we can. So what are we going to be doing next? Well, I think... Well, we know that the drug lab has been set up and the bills are available, and... Oh, wait, who's on a wake-up bench? No, Bat, that's not what we want. We need to make sure Stephen's actually had their fill. Where's Stephen? Stephen? Oh, there you go. Health, wake up, withdrawal. Wonder if we can get up there before Bat gets there. Take the wake up, and that should really help you out. And Bat is down there. Okay, Stephen, you should be able to make it there before Bat. Yep, no problems. Take your wake up, and you should be feeling so much better. Yep, wake up withdrawal, minus 25. And bam. You should be feeling a lot better, apart from the cramped environment. In darkness, yeah, because there's so much extra bits of lighting that we should probably be doing, and I could fix up, but I'm not going to do that right away, I think. Yep, you should be really happy about that. Awesome. Phew. At least it wasn't Luciferium, because we still got a few Luciferium pills, tablets. I actually have no idea what it is, if it's powder that they're snorting or... but no, so we've got 4 left. That'll last us a little bit longer. Hopefully we get another pirate trader and obviously sell a bit more and work with it from there. And actually a lot of people are very unhappy. Why is that? They're just unhappy because of your friend Val died. Yep, so it's just previous deaths. Which is of course a bit of a shame, but there's not much more we can do now. Also I just realised that none of this is going to get done. Just because... So we never actually will be able to patch this up unless I add it to the zoning rules, which I can always do, of course. Now the cool thing is not toxic fallout, but the volcanic ash has settled, so we should be getting more power than we were getting before, and hopefully that will keep the batteries going overnight. Now we are in a positive. We are positive, so we are increasing the amount of power we have in our batteries. But I'm not sure if... No, I don't suspect that will be enough to keep us going overnight, because we are still using way too much power. So I guess the simple thing, of course, will be to just get our next geothermal generator up. So if I build a copy and slap it down here, no one will be able to get to it, but at least it's been marked for someone to get around and build. Something like that, and obviously the wall can go around, but we can do that at a later point. Now, we have 3 people idle. I'm wondering if we can just sort of jiggle the tasks around just so things are getting done, because there should be still other jobs. Oh yes, that'd be right. We actually don't have access to that stockpile, which is why no one's doing machining, hence why the 2 scythers are still sitting there. Steel should actually be getting done, so returning the slag into steel. So Stephen, why aren't you doing the electric smelter? So electric smelter falls under, I believe, a crafting job. Let's see, stone cutting and smelting, yes. So Stephen, whereabouts are you? Stephen, you're right at the bottom. It is actually enabled, so in theory you should be doing that. What about Bat? Bat, you're a little higher on the listing. That is not enabled. I'll turn it to a 4 and also a 4. Hopefully that's enough to encourage some people to do it. And re-recruit, and you're going to researching. Okay, interesting choice. I won't complain there. I just was kind of hoping that you might actually do the electric smelting first, because it is work that needs to be done. Oh no, there we go. Bat is doing it now. Cool, can't complain. And that means the steel go into our stockpile, and eventually we'll have enough to build the geothermal generator, which requires 400. Which we've only got 77. And actually, even the... where is it? Number of components. We don't have the components either. Oh, that's a shame. But first things first, an infestation. We've had many of these before, and I hate them. Every single time I hate them. Okay, that's an interesting place. It's probably the most unused room in our colony. So what are we going to do about this one? Because it is a real nuisance. Now, I suspect a lot of these bugs... Well, we're going to see a few more bugs in just a second. And they shouldn't be mining through the walls anytime soon, so I think I'll leave these restrictions as is. Oh, there we go. That's not what I want. Ed, can we get you to repair? We can't because of the restrictions. Include the wall. And clear allowed area. I'm still on area 2, of course. And I'll just clear the internal area, just so they're not walking here. Hopefully that'll be enough. Expand allowed area. Just want to add the walls, because we may be able to repair them in time. That's something I'm hoping we can do. So once more, well, let's see if Ed is interested in fixing the wall, which you are. So I'm going to slot it down to a 1 when I play, and also tell you to repair the wall. That you get over there and start repairing it, which you are. Doesn't look like you will be repairing it fast enough. Nope. Okay, Ed, time to run away like mad. And also I'll have to restrict these rooms up as well. That's really disappointing because it's happened very fast. So we'll restrict this room and this wall, I guess. Should be fine. And Ed should continue to run. And there we go. Run, Ed, run! And looks like we're fine. Hopefully it will continue to ignore us for the time being. Oh, that's an absolute pain. See, events like that just, you know, are more of a nuisance than anything else because you can deal with them. You know how to deal with them. They're just there to be annoying. And yet the door will probably be disappear as well. No, it didn't. Okay, they decided not to go that far. Okay, I think it is, of course, now time to check everyone just to make sure the toxic build-up is not increasing. Because we know they're undercover, so that should be fine. And yeah, actually, people's toxic build-up is disappearing, so cover is all that's needed. Really good to see them. Okay, I think we're going to speed things back up, and the bugs can sit there just for a while longer. I do suspect that I'm just thinking, how are we going to deal with them? Because there are no heaters or coolers in this area, and I don't suspect we'll be able to build one from the outside very easily. Oh, we don't even have the components to do something like that, so no. I suspect grenades will be the only thing, but even a grenade will be difficult just with the sheer number of bugs already. There has to be a better way to deal with this. Must be. Like, I like the idea of putting the coolers down, but we just don't have the components right now. Especially since everyone is, of course, restricted. And there aren't any traders coming past anytime soon, I believe, either. Now, actually, maybe if we broke apart some of these ship trunks, I believe we do get some components. Oh, hello. There's components here. Didn't spot them. Very well hidden. Awesome, that's what we do. So maybe if I mark some of these to be deconstructed and obviously assign the area 2 to it, our colonists could get over there and do it. Is there anything else we can do? Maybe we'll just keep an eye on them for the time being. It's really all I can do. Actually, how long do we have? We're reproducing in 2 days. Yeah, both of them in 2 days pretty much. As long as they don't choose to mine through like this rear wall here, we should be fine. But no, that's just a lot of bugs to deal with. Okay, so maybe we could still build a cooler or a heater in the far corner if we mine out maybe this little wall here. And of course we still have to grab the components. Okay, let's see if we can just set up what we need to do in order to grab the components. So we're going to add area 2 just to these small little ship chunks. And obviously just this little wall here, and why not? Just this little area that we've still got to finish building here. Which should do the trick. So they obviously people leave their home zone. Leave the zoning rules just to get to another zone if it's not interconnected. So that should do the trick, and yeah. I think as well it is also night time. Yep, 23rd hour, so people will be sleeping. So we'll have to do this, of course, in the morning. Whoop. I wasn't watching. Oh, darn it. They decided to mine through this wall. That's annoying now. At least Bauer did make it out there relatively fine. Still did take a cut. And you are missing a right kidney. Oh, that's interesting. Movement manipulation, blood filtration's down to 50%. Now, I don't know what we're going to do. No coolers, no heaters, a ton of bugs. We do have a ton of colonists, so maybe we could deal with them. We can't poison them. Throwing grenades will likely actually damage a lot of the equipment here, which I want to be able to keep. Now, I know we do have enough plasteel, but I don't know if we have enough gold. That's 20 gold, no. So, oh wait, no, I lie, 28 gold. So we can actually build another multi-analyzer if we're in dire need. Okay, no, maybe that is fine after all. We can start throwing grenades around here willy-nilly. So, what we're going to do is, obviously, select everyone. Actually, I'm curious. Squid has been outside most of the night doing work, so toxic build-up is only initial, so it's still safe. Okay, time to grab everyone apart from Toxo, which I've just clicked on. You, and you. We're gonna actually try and fight some of these guys, or at least try and do something with them, because they're just a real nuisance, mining away all my really nice walls. Actually, that one's all sandstone. They haven't started mining through the marble walls quite yet. Okay, and is that everyone? That should be, apart from Squid, who's just about there. Oops, not Toxo. Oops, got everyone? Yes. So where are we going to position people? Well, we don't really have great places to put them, but I suspect maybe if we throw grenades up against this wall, line people up this way, that would be disastrous. Because people would not be able to escape. So lining people up along the back wall, people would then have to flood out this way in order to escape, and they may not be able to do that in time. Also, there isn't much cover, and these bugs are most likely to be able to attack us before we can even do a lot of damage on them, which is a nuisance with bugs. And I am very reluctant to attack them with melee combatants, just because we're starting to lose a lot of people, and a lot of people fast. I'm not too happy about that. Something I want to avoid. I suspect, yeah, putting them along here is the best that we can do, because I don't see any other better options. Okay, that's what we'll do. So let's get everyone to flood down here, like so, and then order everyone else up. I want to click on Stephen. Stephen will be placed around this corner. Fu, I think we'll just place you, just go right here. And then our melee people should be front of the line, I suspect. Yeah, front of the line. Actually, no, second range person can go in the right corner. And right next to them, I'll go the next melee person, go here. Oh. Unless Orange is walking to that location. Where are you walking? Yeah, you're the one stealing. Who is it? Not Trader's. Squid's location. There we go. Now, that should do the trick. I really do hope. So that's all the melee people out. And the grenades, actually, Bauer, I think we'll put you on that edge. It's probably the safest location we can put you, and just stage you back one. So we got sort of a resemblance of a V-like shape. Don't know if that really helps. Might as well give it a shot. And I think we'll just blow up this wall. I think it's the easiest way to get access to this area without all the bugs flooding. So what we'll get you to do is just start bombing the wall and make sure people start shooting. Okay, now if we lose people, we're going to deal with it. We're not going to, was it save scum? We're just going to work with it. Just really hope we don't lose everyone, because it's a real possibility, unfortunately. And there we go, keep throwing the grenades. Yep, that's what I want to see. Okay, Bauer, now we want you, given that you've made a slightly wider doorway than we'd like, just to start throwing grenades over here. Ooh, there we go, that's really good. The first centipede. The Cephalopede is down. Bauer, thanks to his grenades, has done wonderfully. And I suspect we'll be able to get rid of the hive, no problems whatsoever as well. That said, we're probably going to lose the insect jelly, which, we'll work with. And, oops. Okay, time to get our melee people in. Mega Scarab, attack! There we go. That one's dealt with, and we did not take a single hit either as well. Okay, there we go. That is the first hive down. I think we might just continue throwing grenades to this area, because it doesn't cost us anything to do so. And they do explode right next to bugs most of the time. Okay, now it is time to, of course, attack this Cephalopede, which is coming head on. So Ed, come in, and oh, there we go, no problems. The great thing about it is Bauer is just constantly throwing these grenades, which is doing wonders. We are hitting these bugs really fast. And they haven't been able to kill us yet, which is really nice. If we just have a few more bugs coming in at this speed, we'll certainly be able to deal with them. And something like this should be nice. Nope, we've missed it completely. Okay, melee attack, melee attack, melee attack. And Bauer, I will actually just train you onto a different position, just so you don't do anything too stupid like throw a grenade next to our colonists. Because I can see that as something that would happen. And, excuse me, Mr. Mouse, I need you to move properly for me. There we go. See how this turns out. And melee, melee, melee. Awesome. Melee. Never forget the melee. And everyone. That should do the trick. Melee, melee, melee. And wait, did you just throw the grenade there? You did, Ed. Run. No, Bauer, I did actually train you on a position just so this wouldn't happen. Now, hopefully Ed isn't too badly damaged. Okay, some shredded, some cracks, but we should still heal up fine. Assuming you don't throw another one at a stupid, really stupid location. So yeah, throw it all the way over there. It should be good. And obviously I'll get the meleeers on the last bug, which I'm struggling to spot. Yep, attack the cephalopede, cephalopede, cephalopede. We should do the job, and we are now taking a few more hits than we were just before. We sort of lost the pattern that we're going through. And melee as well. Oh, actually, I think it's down. I can't see. Just so many icons and labels. Okay, how about Trado? We're actually going to get you to rescue Ed ASAP. Like so. And get them out of there and hopefully into a proper medical bed. But we are nearly, we've nearly dealt with the last hive as well. And we've of course lost the comms table. No, at least we can rebuild it. We did actually get a couple of components from it. So that's nice to see. Okay, now we got the Mega Spider. This isn't a very friendly beast to work with. So I'm actually going to shift people away. And just see how many shots off we can get. Actually, Bauer, since you got rid of the hive, maybe you can train yourself just there. That would work really well. Oh, wow, we really hammered away on this Mega Spider. Charge rifle to the brain, permanent gunshot injury, which is why it was a little bit derpy afterwards. Wow, this has gone really well. We've only got, what is that, one more bug to deal with. I don't suspect there are any that's wandered outside. Okay, so I'll just zoom back in and we'll take a look. Maybe we can encourage this bug to come our way a little. Oh, Bauer, I think I'm going to unrecruit you as well, just so you don't keep throwing grenades. Because that's not really what we want you to be doing right now. And you know what? This bug is actually outside. If we could replace the wall straight away. What have we got to use? Well, it looks like sandstone, not the strongest of materials for walls. Limestone, sorry, not sandstone. Not the strongest of materials for walls, but it should do the trick. So, everyone on recruit. And I'll get someone over to working on this area once I obviously give them the restrictions back. Something like that should do the trick. So, Matt, can we get you to work on the wall? Can you? Yes, you can. Phew. It's turned out not too bad either, and people of course have the right restrictions and continue working. So how are we in terms of our injuries and toxic build-up? Because we are still on toxic fallout. So we have a cut, another cut, 2 charge shot rifles to the right kidney, and also okay, we need to do something about this kidney. No, we don't, because you still got your left kidney. That's fine. Someone else is missing another kidney. And of course, Ed is having a bit of a bad time right now, thanks to Bauer's poor grenade throw. Cool thing about it is Bat is actually treating Ed now, so we should be fine. It would have been nice if we had some medication though. Oh, some medicine. It just should actually be planted, right? Heal root, allow sowing. Yes. Oops, I probably should have marked that. That's probably why no one's actually got around to building it. It's probably why no one's actually got around to dealing with it quite yet. Oh, well, that's fine. So, Bat, are you actually getting down here to build a wall and secure our base once more? So it honestly doesn't seem like it. Actually, I think you started trading people. No, that's perfectly fine. I think I'll grab food to do it. Interesting. Cannot work on wall, blueprint, need materials. I was very sure this is right. Limestone, and this is a limestone wall. So we've got the materials. It's probably just not in the right storage area. Okay, dokie. Let's just double check our area 2 restrictions. Now that should be in all the right restricted zones. Yeah. Oh, I lied. We did actually miss an area. That's probably why no one's able to build anything. There we go. So food. Let's try it again. Let's get you to work on the wall like so. Yay, that's what I want to see. No, that's not what I want to see. We've had a zit. Not a great time for it, honestly. And, well, we didn't have much power in our banks, so we're relatively fine from it. But it is still a little bit of a nuisance. Now, who is close by and can do firefighting? Not a lot of people by the looks of it. Who is the closest, apart from Fu? Because I really want Fu to continue constructing the wall, just to keep us safe. Let's see, orange, I think we'll get you over here. It's an outside allowed area, of course it is. So these area restrictions probably just need to include the walls. You know, it would actually be nice if they could stand inside the zone and modify a block which is outside the zone, because that would make everyone's life a little bit easier. So for example, if you included the door, it means they could stand in the doorway, but if they don't include the door, then they should be able to repair it from a distance. Because I mean, that's how they repair doors. They stand next to it and do something to it, you know, wave a magic wand. Okay, and yep, orange, you... Oh, Stephen's getting to it. Oh, that's fine. Hopefully it doesn't burn through like it's just started to. Should have raised the temperature a bit as well. 21 to 18 versus 1 degree outside, so yeah, it did. That's kind of cool to see. And we, of course, have lost the cable, which we'll have to replace. Oh, it's like 1 block. That's not much. And no, you weren't actually building it. Okay, I thought you were building, but you're just repairing the wall. Oh, no, that's perfectly fine. And you know what? Our base is now re-restricted. All the defences are up. And I think we'll just reset some of the area 2 restrictions, I should say, just so we can include this area again. So it gives people access to what they need to have access to, and even also the research table, which is be really useful if you ask me. Okay, well, we can continue on, and I will double check now people's health, because people should have obviously been treated by now, and yep, seems to be the case. And we don't, of course, have any issues with the toxic fallout, so that's interesting. Toxic fallout is just essentially a roof, so it's sort of like a mist that's sort of falling onto them, falling from the sky, which is why roofing actually works. I suspect that's sort of the story that you could give it. Yeah, either way, that should be fine. But it is, of course, once again night time in our fair colony, so I'll see you guys in, well, just a second. Okay, I think this will probably be the last day before we pack up this episode, but there are a few things that we can do now, and now that we're not distracted with other issues. So we're actually going to build another storage zone, or stockpile zone, just along this edge, because that's what our original intention was. Because it's not a very wide area, and it leaves it a little bit hard to work with, and because it's marsh area, I believe, which was the other issue why we couldn't expand further out. So we'll set up that zone. I will, of course, just change its restrictions, just so we're using, I suspect, probably these zones, this zone, because we can start to actually deconstruct it and then build the other rooms, which we had a plan for. So let's copy those and paste it over here, which Stephen shouldn't be hauling the rice over to there. That's not really the right location. Okay, you're going to drop it there. No. Consume the rice. Okay. You just sort of ignored what I told you to do, and you're wasting it now as well. And wait a second, what's going on again? This is a preferred priority. Well, not quite. Just normal, just so, you know, when you start to run out of space, just do it that way. I will actually delete this zone underneath, because we don't need it anymore. So as I've said before, we are trying to shift everything from one room to another room now. Because this is a lot more space to work with in this small little garden shed of ours. I lie, we're going to do preferred. Normal to preferred, yep. Just shift it over there instead of shifting it in here. No reason to keep the material here. Okay, cool. Exactly what I was going to say. So eventually all this will get moved. It's going to take quite a while. There's a lot of stuff to carry. But maybe in a couple of days that bit of work will get done. Cool. And now there are only a couple of small jobs on the right side here before this area is completely walled in, and then we don't have to worry too much about restrictions. I think we will be expanding area 2 just to include this wall, and hell, why not? No, I don't want to do that. Not that entire area, because if people are deciding to stay a stargaze, that could be pretty detrimental to their health, I think. So what we're going to do is something like this, which should be fine, and obviously we can actually mark this wall to be deconstructed using a deconstruct tool instead of manually clicking on every single little piece, like so. And since it is, of course, in the right restriction zones, we should be fine. But that is, of course, for another day, or another episode of RimWorld. So I hope you've enjoyed it. So if you have anything to say, feel free to leave it in the comments below. But as I've said in the past, and will say in the future. I'll see you around sometime.